I swear, bro, if Otto does a face reveal, I'm going to lose my freaking mind and immediately fold. Anyways, though, one of the most inconsistent animes is coming back, as well as having an entirely new spin-off anime series. Now, I'm saying inconsistent in the best way possible because what I'm talking about is GINTAMA. Now, if you haven't watched GINTAMA, dude, just be ready to be going through an emotional roller coaster. A lot of it is purely gag. I want to say 80% of it is completely just out of pure comedy, or a lot of it just breaking the fourth wall, especially when new seasons come out. When they think that they're not going to get serialized or greenlit for another season, they come back with the first episode saying, yeah, hey, we got another season, we got to try to actually make this better because the sales or whatever were terrible last year, so we're gonna have to up the ante a little bit. They break a lot of the fourth wall and there's a lot of gag, but then for some reason 20%, man, do they do a phenomenal job. And they do a arc that's like either going to have you heavily invested within the series, like the Yoshiwara and Flames arc, that is going to keep you on your toes for the entire time, or have some sad freaking arcs, dude, that literally will make you bawl your eyes out in a mere of like 4 to 5 episodes. And that's how long usually these arcs are. That's why I say they make up like 20% of like the serious tone of GINTAMA. But it is phenomenal. And I know a lot of people put this off because, you know, Japanese comedy is not on the same like playing field of Western comedy. And I'm not saying that in terms of like Western comedy is 10 times better. It's just that we really don't understand that much of like the Japanese puns or the Japanese build-ups when it comes to comedy, or like the straight man with the person that is making the jokes, you know? So it's very consistent and it appears a lot there in anime and Japanese audiences, but in Western audiences it's completely different. We don't see that too much. For the most part, even with the Japanese comedy, it does a really good job at, you know, hitting those punchlines. Not only that, but they do a lot of pop culture references as well. Now, that is just me glazing GINTAMA. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you do. It's a fairly long series, so, you know, you're going to have a long ride. And it did end not that long ago, if I remember correctly. But with all of that said, GINTAMA is remaking one of the best arcs of all time, and I did just mention it earlier, that being the Yoshiwara in Flames arc. And my gosh, man, I'm not going to lie, this was freaking intense. Now, I think this is one of the longer arcs within the series that is very like serious toned, but they're making an entire remake with an entirely new animation, so best be prepared, because I've seen some clips of this and oh my gosh, dude, putting it side by side, the comparisons, it is so much more polished. I don't know how to tell you this. I am so excited. This was actually announced like around 6 months ago. Mind you, this is February 27th, 2026. So it was mentioned far back, but we are getting new trailers to this day. Now I'm going to insert myself here. This is an edited version of me. So hi, how's it going? This did release not that long ago, February 13th, 2026. So I'm a little late on this, but it is unfair that is not here in the US right now. Not that I can find it. If you do know if it is even on those pirated sites, please leave them down in the comments. Just say yes or no. Don't link it. My God, dude, I could guarantee you right now, if it's released overseas, everybody's going to go crazy. I know Japanese fans are absolutely eating it up. Anyways, so that's all for me. Cannot wait to lay my eyes and feast my eyes upon one of the greatest arcs of all time. And I kind of hope that every now and then they'll do this for like an anniversary thing. So I really do like the fact that they're revisiting some arcs, and you know, I hope they continue on this trend. One thing that I also want to mention as well is that although GINTAMA is over and they do have a series with our GOAT Gintama as a professor or a teacher, there is an entirely new series, and it's mainly focused on the creator of the mangaka's own one-shot. As this post states right here, that GINTAMA creator Hideki Sorachi is teasing working on a new manga. The panels reference his early action comedy one-shot Dandelion, about an odd angel duo assigned to putting souls to rest. Wow, this guy can just keep cooking. Is this guy the new Tatsuki Fujimoto? Who knows? He's definitely a gag version of him. And I absolutely find it hilarious that he inserts himself as a gorilla, and he does this a lot through the actual anime of GINTAMA when they reference the mangaka or the author or the man behind the pen. I really do find this hilarious, but I can't wait to see this. I haven't read the Dandelion one-shot at all, but knowing how good this guy is with comedy, I feel like this isn't going to miss, and it's going to to be animated. I think it's also going to be released in Netflix, so keep an eye out for that. Now, another funny thing to add on top of this as well is that the mangaka himself is not even a fan of his own works, as this post states right here. Message by Hideki Sorachi regarding the anime adaptation of Dandelion. He goes to say that I try not to reread my debut work because it's rather embarrassing, yet here they are, digging it up to adapt it into an anime and expanding upon it all sorts of ways. It seems Netflix has no concept of the word delicacy. Still, since it's happened, I suppose I'll take this opportunity to go and see their face for the first time in 20 years, which is pretty freaking hilarious. I don't know, that's just me. He kind of reminds me of like YouTubers reacting to their first YouTube videos in a long time, which, you know, it's a pretty fair take. I'm not going to lie. I would absolutely hate to see this sort of content that I'm making right now 20 years down the line. I will feel a little embarrassed. That's all I really gotta say. GINTAMA is back, at least the remake is. I mean, it's not stopping there because we're getting an entirely new anime by the same manga, and it's probably going to hit maybe as good as GINTAMA. Dandelion is, again, his first work that debuted him, so I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know what y'all guys think down in the comments below, and if y'all like what y'all see, why not drop a like and subscribe, as that does help around on my channel a lot. Anyways though, if you made it this far, appreciate y'all for hanging around. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all next time. Adios guys.